Hello, I am Amira from Amira's School of Rock, and I am here today to give you some tips and tricks for some more flowy arm movements, specifically from here to here. This video is only going to be focusing elbow to fingertips. All right, so I'm going to plug in my microphone, start the music, and we're going to get started. So let me turn this up a little bit. That's better. Okay. And I even have Crocs. Yes, I do. Okay. So first, let's start with just our hands. The reason I created this video is because I get a lot of comments and questions about hands, specifically, but also arms. When you're doing other movements, say with your shoulders, your rib cage, your hips, the arms, get forgotten. So here's some really easy tips for you. We're going to start off with our hands here and namaste. So what I want you to do is pull the hands down one at a time. Now, let me back up a little bit. You're going to start here and pull down, and as you do, you're going to feel the pressure from here to the ball of your from the heel of your hand to the ball of your hand to your fingertips. Yeah? So we pull down, then lift from your elbows and peel. Okay, let's do that a few more times. Down, the center of your body. Up. Let's do one more. Really note where the energy is. So now, what we're going to do, I have Crocs. And you don't have to have paint brushes, but I like visuals. This really helps me a lot. And so if you go way back in time, like 1984, and watch the original Crocs, I can say it, Karate Kid movie, you will know this reference, paint the fence. So now what we're going to do, you have little teeny paintbrushes, great. And hang on to your paintbrushes. You can see that. And use that same, I'm going to turn this back. Use the same concept that we just did, yeah? And you back up so you can see better. But this time, in front of you. So pulling up, flip your paintbrush, yeah? Pull down. I'm going to face you. See how I'm leaning with the wrist? Flip your paintbrush, now I'm leaning with the wrist, yeah? Let me turn one more time to this direction. Then flip your paintbrush, come down. Okay, get rid of your paintbrush. You didn't have one? Great. Up, leaning with your wrist. And down. One more time, other side. Lift. And down. And if you're like, yeah, I know this, great. What I want you to do is alternate. Come up, lift, now come up on the other arm. And this one paints down, yeah. This will come in handy. I'll make another video. Pull from the wrist. You're still painting the fence, okay? I'll face you. I'll be your mirror. And flip your wrist. Now pull from the wrist. Let's do one more like this. And so if you lift, lift, pull, lift, 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 pull down, lift, lift, pull down, lift, yeah? Excellent. Now what we're going to do is change up the music a little bit. And we're going to take that concept, and now instead of just flipping, we're going to do what's called Nile hands or hand wriggles. So, okay. So what I want you to focus on is pressing Not just because we were leading from the wrist, right? Press the ball of the hand, just as if it was the ball of your foot. Now pull the fingers up. So instead of flip, flip. Now what I want you to do is bend and wrist, knuckle, knuckle. Pull down. Wrist, knuckle, knuckle, finger. So you're pushing, arching, release. Push down, arch, release. Up. Yeah? So you're uncurling your fingers at the end. They're curled, like hiding in. Yeah? Up, down. Up, really exaggerate. Because if you're like, little dead birds, we don't want little dead birds. So lift, push down, up, and down. And play with this, have fun with it. This is really fun. Underneath your chin, underneath your eyes. You can do window arms. They can float out. You can crisscross with these. You can stay here in butterfly. Super pretty. It's really your imagination. They can come down the body. I like to call this falling leaves. You can go at an angle. It's your imagination that's limiting you. Yeah? So just remember, pull up, push down, wrist, knuckle, knuckle, and push through. Now we're going to change up the music and do a bigger version. We're now going to do the same thing, but from elbow to fingertips. So this will be a little bit different because we were putting all of our energy from wrist, knuckle, knuckle, finger. Yeah? Now we're going to exaggerate this whole stretch that we did in the beginning when we went like this, pull down, and this, and pull up. So if you bring your elbows together, lead from the elbows, and then try to lead from the elbows. I know it's a little goofy. Lead from your elbows instead of leading from the wrist. This time we're going to lead from the elbows, push down to the floor, lift the elbows, release the elbows as the fingers unfurl. So now let's take, instead of touching our hands, let's separate them. Lead from the elbows, lead from the elbows up, uncurl your fingers. Lead from the elbows down, pushing through, lead from the elbows up, uncurl your fingers. You can use this to frame a hip movement. So let's say you're doing a hip slide or hip figure eight. Very pretty. So just practice leading from the elbow. So elbow, wrist, knuckle, knuckle, fingertips. Elbow, wrist, knuckle, knuckle, fingertips. Much slower. And as you're doing this, you can watch your hands to let your audience know, look at this amazing thing I'm doing with my hands. So let's take that and do a little, just something a little extra with it. We're going to lift the arms up, bring them back down. So I'm going to change up the music. Okay. So from here, we're just going to start with our arms down low, in front. Hands are past your hips. And again, leading from the elbow. Yeah? So elbow, wrist, fingertips. Elbow, wrist, fingertips. Try to put a lot of energy and a lot of tension in your forearm. Because you don't want to just be like flopping around like Raggedy Ann. Yeah? And bring the arms up. So you're leaning and lifting with that elbow. Up. Up. I'm going to back up a little bit. You can do this with your arms overhead. This also can look really cool with a hip slide. Bring your arms slowly down. Again, leaning from the elbows. Elbows come down, fingertips come down. So let's just practice. Lift, 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 overhead, and lower, lower, and slide. So lift, lift. I'm just moving so you can see me in the frame, and slide. And lower, and slide. So just practice between now and our next arm video. Elbow, wrist, knuckle, knuckle, fingertip. And also practice wrist, knuckle, knuckle, fingers. So until our next video, I'm Amira. I want you to keep rocking.